We're on our way to Fullbeck Kart Club for round 3 of GX UK. Fullbeck is a very fast, bumpy and unforgiving track that's a lot of fun to drive around, but maybe not the easiest to overtake around, even though there are plenty of opportunities, although there's only really one very good one, which is the top hairpin.
My name is Morgan Potts, and with my twin brother Riley Potts, we form Twin Karting RM.
Coming into turn 1, we choose the outside lane and go around the outside of the 17 Tony kart there. And then we're on the inside for the next corner, which is a tight chicane with tyre barriers on both sides. A very dangerous place to be driving, especially when cars are going 3 abreast, as you can see further ahead. However, it all goes well this time, and now we're coming into the flat-out left-hander right before the hairpin. A great overtaking opportunity. However, as you can see here, Morgan is struggling with understeering through any left-handed corners. We think this is because of an incident in practice, and we think that's bent the back of his kart chassis, which left his car out of alignment and also understeering whenever he would turn left. Anyway, we're going to go behind the 25 kart here, overtaking a kart on the left-hand side where you couldn't really see, and then braking into the first chicane, which we skipped on lap 1 to avoid, well, what you can imagine would happen with 34 junior drivers, and then into the top hairpin again, following the 25 kart through on another kart. Here we're going to push the 25 kart past another kart here, and unfortunately there's a kart that goes into the wall there, causing a big bump that we were lucky to avoid. Unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky, but there was no damage caused, so it's all good. So a lap later, we're all coming past another kart here, and Morgan's going to go to the right of one of the karts and get a move done into the first chicane, and then slotted behind the 46 kart here, looking for the move down the back straight, but then they defend it by moving over to the right. So Morgan is going to try to switch back move here, and he gets mostly alongside, but the move doesn't work. And then exactly one lap later from where the video started, we're back at the same corner, and then suddenly out of nowhere comes flying the 99 kart, slingshotting past loads of karts, and then the number 5 kart follows from through, and then c'est moi, Riley Potts there, running the 69 kart with the same livery, same suit, easy to spot us. So I go through on Morgan too, so I really pushed the freight train past him there. And then we're braking the second chicane. Actually, no, we're not. Anyway, time for heat 2. We're on board with me, starting P29 for this one, so should be a very exciting race. However, spoiler alert, it doesn't last very long. As you can probably imagine, after that one my kart was quite smashed up, both track rods and the steering column. We'd like to give a quick shout out to our friends, AJ Racing and HM Motorsport, both on YouTube, and Freddie, all of them came to see if I was okay after that one, and they also brought some spare steering columns, which was very nice of them. So go and check out AJ Racing and HM Motorsport on YouTube to see their perspectives of this channel. Anyway, into the turn 1 again, on board with Morgan for his Heat 2, which does last a bit longer than mine. We're going to single file into the second chicane. However, no moves are going to happen just now, because there is a red flag due to the pile-up that I was involved in. On the red flag restart here, we changed positions slightly. So we're starting in a different place than we were originally due to karts dropping out from damage or not realising that the race was starting again, unfortunately. But luckily nothing happens in turn 1 again, and we get through nice and cleanly. And we're going to push the 25 karts down the straight and see if they're going to make a move on whatever karts on their inside, and it looks like they do, and we're able to follow them through. That hand tap was to let the karts behind to work with us, and then breaking into the hairpin. Here we're closing up to the karts in front, nearly going into the back of the 25 so they come across the track to try and get a switch back on the 7 kart there. Now at this point we're in 5th place after the restart, and this race we finish in 3rd. There's 2 overtakes to be made here, but I think one of the overtakes was due to a DNF, unfortunately, mechanical failure I think. Unfortunately, the camera also flopped down as we go past the 25 karts, so the footage isn't great after this. I'm able to cross the line and you can just about see it. So we're going to go into Heat 3. On board with me again, starting P29 again, same place as I started in the last one. And as you can see, I was just flying past loads of other karts into turn 1, and we'll get to turn 1. A bit of understeer, I think it may have rained slightly before this race. And then we're behind some karts in front. They're already gone 3, even 4 wides into the second chicane, so I'm going to play it safe here. Having said that, the blue kart gets squished down there. I'm squeezed into the back of the 29 kart again, who then gets squeezed over the curb. Luckily no damage or race ending for anyone. And then into the hairpin there's a spinner, and then I end up smashing into the back of the 34 kart by accident as I had nowhere to go there. But it does at least get them going again, so you're welcome. And then trying around the outside of the 36 kart, another very fast novice, but it's not quite going to work there. Progress was just kind of arrested by the 46 kart there. So instead we're going to push the 36 kart down straight past the 46, and we're going to follow them through into the first chicane using lots of curb to give the other kart lots of room. Now here we're going to work with the 36 kart for a couple of laps to try and close up to the other karts in front. That's exactly what happens. Turn 1 again, move on the inside from the 36, but this time we're not able to follow them through, and we're going to have to make our own move. Very disappointing. Anyway, we're going to go past them to the top corner, being pushed along by another kart behind. And then you can see the 36 already looking to make a move on 63. That's Harvey, who, aforementioned Harvey, HM Motorsport, go and check him out. And we're able to go past him as he was slightly squeezed out of the corner there. The 36 kart tries to go around the outside at turn 1, but unfortunately that's not quite going to work out for him, meaning that I get 2 positions for free. A couple corners later, we're on the back of the OM plate kart, and we're just going to be closing up into the hairpin here, thinking about a move but not quite going for it, to give them the chance to go for an exit move. They went for the exit move, but not enough, so we're going to push the train of karts past them and make an overtake into the boot section. Now we're behind the 31 kart, who a couple corners later, we're going to get into the second chicane. So we're just going to pull alongside under braking, nice move, using lots of curb, and then on to the next one, number 9. then through the flat out left-hander they go around the outside of the 77. That opens the door for us to go down there inside, and now we're behind the 77, so we're able to make the move stick behind them. And 77 goes slightly defensive there, which means we'll maybe get checked up on the exit here. Luckily that doesn't happen, and we're now going down the back straight. Now here, I feel like maybe he didn't see me. I feel like at the point where I went over the curb there, I was fully alongside, so, but it's fine because there was no damage and nothing bad's happened from it. And then so all we could do for the race was to come across the checkered flag, just closing up to the 25 car. We'd like to take the opportunity of this outlap to thank our sponsors.
Rad Fire Sprinklers.
We genuinely wouldn't be racing in this championship without them, so I'd like to extend a massive thank you to them. We'd also like to extend a thank you to Harrison Multimedia for doing our suit embroidery, logo design and trailer stickers for us. Go and check out Harrison Multimedia if you want to get any of those done for yourself or any other services. And make sure to check out Rad Fire Sprinklers, our main sponsors. Unfortunately for this race, Morgan had a loose axle due to us forgetting to tighten up one of his axle grub screws. Also, because of his bent chassis, he was very slow in this race and finished all the way down the order in 27th place, which was very unfortunate. Otherwise we could have had both twins on the podium, as a move under 25 kart there doesn't quite work out. Next lap, luckily, we're able to make the move stick by using a lot of curb and make the move stick, and then a couple laps later we'll be on the tail of the 36 car. So that's us now in P2, and over the next couple laps we'll just be trying to catch Jack Langford Racing in front. However, the final was shortened to only 7 minutes due to the incident that I had, and that meant there was only 2 laps left, so I was only able to catch up to him just enough to pull alongside over the line. Congratulations to Jack Langford for winning the race, thank you to Access Karting for putting on another great event, and thank you to Freddie, Aidan and Harvey for coming to see if I was okay after the race ended. Thank you to our sponsors, Rad Fire Sprinklers and Harrison Multimedia, and thank you to you for watching.